It's a well-known fact that Chelsea manager Graham Potter is very much a man under a lot of pressure. Now, it's understandable that mainly because obviously Chelsea's results haven't been going their way at all in recent times. They're struggling very much in the league. They're knocked out of pretty much every competition except the Champions League. And the new owners have actually shown a lot of patience with Potter, despite the fact that they've invested a lot of money to actually improve the squad and make it better. However, a new unfortunate turn of events has come about that sadly would be one very familiar to a lot of people who are familiar with how it is that things in modern society works. Potter, who to his credit has been doing the best that he can in what are obviously very tough circumstances at Chelsea, has been subjected to personal abuse by a certain subset of Chelsea fans, and he's now opened up on that abuse, and he did so during a media interaction ahead of Chelsea's all-important game against Tottenham Hotspur, which is set to take place this Sunday. Now, here it is what Potter had said, and to truth be told, it does make for some rather interesting reading, because it's pretty clear that he's very, very affected by some of the things which were said to him, and it's easy to understand why that's the case when you see what it was said. He said that I've had some not so particularly nice emails come through to me that want me to die. That's obviously not pleasant to receive. You could ask my family how life has been for me, and for them, it has not been pleasant at all. Now, obviously, this is, it goes without saying that anyone who receives death threats in such a circumstance would not, in fact, be happy with, receiving death threats, especially considering the fact that all Potter's trying to do really is do his job. And again, as I said, it is a very challenging time for the club. There's been plenty of money invested in players, but despite that, unfortunately, things haven't gone his way, and rather than actually look to back the manager and support him and ensure that he does get, or feel the love of the fans, what has unfortunately happened is that he's ended up getting death threats from a certain section of fans. Now, let me be clear that even if Potter had gotten Chelsea to the point of relegation, this would in no ways be acceptable behavior. So that's the really sad part about all of this, is that it is something that unfortunately has no place in society regardless of the provocation that may have been in place. And it's easy to understand Chelsea fans being frustrated, but it's not so easy to understand why it is they're doing this. In fact, Potter does go on to detail some furthermore how it is that he's been feeling about all of this, when he said that, see, you could answer, how it is I feel about this in two ways. I could say I don't care, but I'm lying. Everyone cares what people think, because we're hardwired to be socially connected. So that's basically Potter's way of saying, look, I'm definitely affected by all of this. I would be lying to you if I said it doesn't bother me, because it does, because we human beings as a people are very much hardwired to care about what it is other people think. And it's easy to understand that being the case, especially so in a field like football, as a manager, where every single move you make will be scrutinized. Now, this isn't the only thing that he's had to say about all of this. He did elaborate further. He said that with the results as they are, you accept criticism. That's not to say it's easy at all. Your family life suffers, your mental health suffers, your personality, it is hard. Now, this is him opening up on the struggles that obviously he's been facing during this time. He's saying that, look, I understand getting criticized because, truth be told, results just haven't been good enough. But then getting, even though I expect the criticism, it isn't something that's easy to deal with. It does impact your mental health. It does impact your family life. And this is just, he's talking about fair criticism. He's not talking about the fact that him and his family were essentially told to go die, which, as I said, under no circumstances should be considered correct behavior at all. In fact, he elaborated further on this when he said that, look, life is tough for a lot of people. You ask me, is it hard? I say, yes, it is hard. You suffer, you get upset. When you're in private, you show real emotion with your family. Now, this part's very interesting, because he's saying when you're in private, you show real emotion with your family. So this has to be the first time that Potter has actually brought up something like that in his press conference. So he's saying that, look, I have to agree that I am in fact suffering from this. It's not been healthy. It's not been easy for me. And despite the fact that I have opened up and shown emotion to my family, he said that in private with my family, I have shown this emotion. This time around, though, it was very public, and it's hard to actually feel anything but bad for the man. Yes, you can criticize the job that he has been doing at Chelsea. He would probably be the first to admit that results have not been good enough so far. But again, as I said before, there is no place whatsoever for any form of abuse. This should not be happening. And it's good that Graham Potter actually put it out there in public, because at the very least, it does, showcase that he's feeling better about all of this. He feels like he's in a better place. And all you can do as a fan, if you are even aggrieved at Potter and the job he's done, is to criticize without making things too personal. Is it fair to criticize his tactics and what it is that he's done at the club since he's joined? Yes. Is it fair to target him and his family, asking them to die? No. It's never the answer. And hopefully Potter actually highlighting this does actually end up getting some people named and shamed, because that, truth be told, would probably be the only way to ensure the abuse really stops. As for Potter, here's hoping he can turn things around with Chelsea sooner rather than later, because it's pretty clear that he's a manager of high quality and that the Chelsea owners do believe in him and have backed him massively. Now, though, is the time for results, and the best way to silence all of those haters and the people who are doubting him is to get better results. Thank you all so very much for joining us in this particular video. Again, if you enjoyed our work over here at Sports Today, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And last but not least, don't forget to download the AajTak app. Thanks once again for joining us. If you're already on the channel, please do check out some other videos that we may have done through the day. For now, though, from my side, goodbye.